Alrighty then. Again, this will probably go up on YouTube. But this one will definitely be shorter than the previous two ones. And I'm gonna already apologize in advance if I sound a bit exhausted. I was just playing a ranked Rocket League and it was pretty moldy, I'm not gonna lie. I definitely lost my cool many times, so probably should have done this before that, but oh well, I'm still gonna do it today anyway. So this is for the bonus 5-star Cs, namely the Mana Prism Shop ones, basically. There are other ones that are bonus as well, like a lot of them that give like flat plus 50 to like Master EXP, Mystic Codes, etc. Even some flat FP ones, but this is just for the Mana Prism ones, basically. I didn't even do a count beforehand, but let's see, 21? Quick maths, maybe? I don't know. So this is going to be a lot shorter. Now, criteria is obviously going to be different here as well, but there's not going to be a whole lot of it. Basically, the basis of ranking is how useful the CE actually is to the player. I'm not going to really give that many points if it's like good on support lists, because obviously some of these are, and some of them are not as good on support lists compared to the other ones that actually get bonuses from it. I'm mostly going to focus on how good it is to the player themselves, basically. The ones you're going to be running the most yourself, if that makes sense. So that's the main criteria. That's mostly it, honestly. Even the dog is like, yay, time to bark, because he's doing a YouTube video. Anyway, before we begin, though, again, if you do enjoy these, do me a solid already. Can you just press the like button? It's such a simple little thing, and it goes so far, honestly. The algorithm is always happy when the video is liked. Anyway, let's get on to this. I believe these are also, again, in the order of release. I believe that's what it looks like. So that's what we're gonna go with. Also, there are no plus tiers this time. I figured they're kind of redundant here, honestly. So we're just gonna go from D to EX. There's not gonna be that much like in between stuff, if anything. Alright, so first is Mona Lisa, huh? God damn, the timing with the dog is like, he knows. He wasn't barking at all this stream, and as soon as I start, yeah, you're hearing it. Okay. Apologies for that as well. So yeah, Mona Lisa, very famous, the first ever Mana Prism Shop bonus CE, and it's the best for QP gains. When you pick it yourself, that is. Obviously, Bella Lisa is better when you pick it from support list, but this is the one you're gonna buy first. Like, the first one you buy, I didn't even do that much prep, but honestly, it's probably between this and Lunchtime. These are going to be like the first two ones you buy, unless I'm really forgetting something right now. Which is always useful. And, oh yeah, one other criteria that I forgot to mention is that the effect, obviously, I think some effects are better than others, because they have much more, some effects have way more longevity towards endgame, and especially for really old accounts than some other ones. QP being one of the ones that is always going to be useful, obviously. Even if you hit the QP cap of 2 billion, you will eventually run out, right? So then, yeah, you will need this CE again. Well, you not need, but you want to have this CE, right? And yeah, that is true, Jord. With the addition of the new difficulty for the dailies, including the QP node for doors, the value for the CE is definitely high. If you have good bonuses, you can easily get between 4 to 5 million per 40 AP run on the highest doors node. So yeah, that really shows how much impact these things can make, honestly. Now, oh yeah, to answer the question as well, with that Kix is asking, should you level any of these to 100? I can maybe say only one of them might be worth it. We'll get to that when we get to that, but besides that, I would not level any of these to high level. Just keep them at level 15 or whatever at the minimum MLB. There's no real reason to level them, but one of them you might want to do, but we'll talk about that more later. So the stats, honestly, obviously don't matter either here. It's split stats, who cares? It's just kind of irrelevant here. So Mona Lisa, I believe, is an easy EX. It's just like the one you're gonna buy first. This or Lunchtime, let's be real. They're the ones that have the most longevity as well. Just flat out, simple effect, it works, you're gonna love it. get it if you don't have it. Farm some lottery to get those prisms if you don't roll a lot. So yeah, easy EX for bonus. Now next up is personal training. I forgot, is this the Mystic Code one or the Master EXP one? This is a Master EXP one, okay. So yeah, we're gonna see these vanilla effects first before we get to some of the mixed ones, I suppose. This one is the one that gives you up to 10% Master EXP. This one definitely not as important. Obviously, it's still nice to have if you do want to level your Master fast. But honestly, this one in value is not, like, QP is way better to have as for bonus than Master EXP. Sure, there are nice benefits tied to Master level, like getting a higher party cost available, which can open up options mostly for challenge quest farming. It doesn't really matter too much. But for challenge quest, it's nice to have those costs open to you. But even then, this CE is still not that great. And obviously, when they do raise the Master EXP cap, very rarely, and it tends to be very hard to level up. So yeah, you could use this if you wanted to. But honestly, if you're running nodes that have bonuses that the other CEs can help you with, like Bond, which is probably likely, or QP, you'd probably rather run those instead of Master EXP to begin with. I kind of agree. The best part about this CE is the art. This is certainly okay for early game and even mid game, but like if you have a very established veteran account, is not that great anymore. I still almost want to place it into one, either an A or a B. Maybe a B. I think Master EXP might just be the worst effect of all of these. But because this is still so direct, you know when you need it. It's still going to be good when you need it, or wanna, again, not necessarily even need it. But just when you want to have more Master EXP, this is the option to use then. So, yeah. Just because Master EXP, unless I'm forgetting something, is probably the most, used of these bonus effects. Or the one that has the least longevity, if that makes sense. Alright, moving on. Then we got Personal Lesson. This one is the Mystic Code one. This one actually full attack as well, which is interesting, I suppose. I suppose you could level it if you wanted to. If you can run a full, in some cases for farming, you can actually run full bonus Cs, even if you're doing looping, depending on your servant and comp and the enemies you're running, like doors, you can actually, in some cases, run full bonus CEs. So in that case, a full attack is not the worst, but it's mostly for the real tryhards out there. But yeah, so Mystic Code EXP, very comparable to Master EXP, I want to say, but I in my opinion, Mystic Code EXP is a bit more valuable than Master EXP, especially now that we have Plug Suit 2.0, which is it's like Arctic. It takes so long to level up, and leveling up the new plug is actually gonna help you in terms of farming, because it does improve your damage. In case you don't have like the crazy MP levels for your servants in those Oberon comps, I suppose. It can help there. But yeah, it's just like Mystic Code EXP and Master EXP, they're probably just the least important bonus effects to have, honestly. I would say this is probably the same tier as the personal training one, honestly. If you need it, it's good, but eventually you're probably not really going to use them at all, honestly. But if you do need it, it's good. So, there you go. Alright then, so it's time for a lunchtime. Okay, so yeah, it's the vanilla bond up. 10% bond on MLB. What's there not to love? This is one of the most used bonus CEs in the entire game. Probably tied with, honestly, this is probably used more than Mona Lisa. It is actually, yeah. I would say this is used more than Mona Lisa. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, it's honestly, Bond is going to be one of those things that you always want to be farming on the side, I suppose. Especially if you have plans to like grail above 100 or unlock some appends. Bond levels beyond 10 can actually help a lot, depending on your MP levels and your servant, obviously. So yeah, I kind of agree with that, Jordan. It's like it's used more than Mona Lisa, but it's not as impactful in terms of the use. But obviously, this is still an easy EX in my opinion, just because it's the most used bonus CE in the game. It's just great. Now, the next one is Be Graceful. So this is the first of the mixed ones, I believe. Oh, no, not the mixed. First of the support buffed ones. Okay. So this is the vanilla Mystic Code one for the support list then. So obviously, if you pick this from a support, it is better than Personal Lesson. But again, most people are not going to have these up. I feel like these are not, this one in particular is not that high value to put up on your support list though. Maybe after a new Mystic Code is released, then you can put it up for a while for the people that truly care to speedrun those levels. Besides that, I would really never put this up on a support list, honestly. There's so many better options that we're about to talk about as well. So, yeah, and obviously, picking this yourself is already twice as ineffective as Personal Lessons, so yeah, on an already not, super important bonus effect. So I would say, is this still a C? Oh, maybe it's a D, honestly, just because I would probably never put it up, honestly, or just use it. Yeah, even though it is, again, potentially the highest bonus flat out for your Mystic Code EXP, but I just don't really see the need to put this up on a support list over the other options. So because of that, I'm probably just going to put it at the bottom here. Now, the next two, again, we're going to talk about some interesting stuff, starting with Teatime. So this is the vanilla bond for support. So again, 15% bond when picked from support, which makes it better than Lunchtime in that case. This one you would definitely put up on your support list, and most people do. This is one of the most common CEs you will see in the caster slot when you're looking at your support options. This and the next one, and maybe some other ones, but yeah, this one definitely the one you're probably going to see the most, and for good reason. Because, everyone loves Bond. Everyone loves it. It's great, so I wish they kind of made the bond system a bit better, but that's another topic. At least this is great for the gains, so there you go. This is also probably EX, just because it's one of those that everyone always wants. But obviously, you're still going to buy these. Like, if you're listening to this and you're a new player, buy Lunchtime and Mona Lisa before these two, honestly. The next one we're going to talk about in a second. These two should be the ones you buy first, always. Because you always want to make sure you yourself are set first. And then you want to get this, so, you're kind of fair to others who also have it up on their casters, basically. Yeah, that's true, George. That's a funny joke. And it's not written here, but this is basically an FP bonus as well, because it's going to make people pick your casters a lot more. Yeah, true. So it's also good for FP gains, funnily enough. So yeah, there you go. And then the other one, which is also great, the vanilla QP one for support. We got the Bella Lisa. For everything I just said, applies to here as well, basically. This one, you're mostly going to be slotting into the writer slot, though, in your list. Although, nowadays, you might be seeing some of these CEs shuffled around a bit, even outside of caster and writer, because especially on JP's side, we have stuff like Oberon on the extra slots, Summer Scotty on the extra slots. Obviously, anyone can be on the Myst slot as well on the left. Then you have Koyan on the Assassin slot, potentially. There's a lot of more, options nowadays for, placements for these. So I guess that makes it a bit easier to slot some of these. But on every list, you basically want to at least have your Bella Lisa and Teatime at least up. Those are the two ones that should always take prio. And then you can just, depending on the needs of others, you can even ask people. You can slot some other stuff, I suppose. But yeah, this is either going to be up on your caster or writer slot most of the time. Because QP is mostly farmed, obviously, on the doors, because it's the best node for it. So that's why it's on the writer slot. But also, arts looping it is insanely easy. So that's why a lot of people also put this on their Castorias, which is very understandable. So yeah, for both writer and caster slots, this, again, amazing. Top tier. But just to recap again, as a new player, buy Lunchtime and Mona Lisa first, then these two, if anything. So then the rest of the way we have some interesting stuff. Most of these are probably not going to be all that amazing, but some of them actually can have uses, especially for fields. Because remember, you have a total of 6 slots in your party. Obviously, one of them is going to come from support, which is hopefully one of these two, most likely. But then you do have some slots for yourself, so we are still going to talk about good options for those as well, I suppose. Next up is going to be personal coaching then. So is this the first of the mixed? No, this is still an support one. Okay. So this is the last one of the vanilla ones, which is the Master EXP one. I feel like this is very similar to the Gordolf one, right? Yeah. You could, like, again, for the core Gordolf one, I would maybe put it up when they release a brand new Mystic code that's a bit hard to level, but I would probably swap it off at some point pretty fast after that. This one, I would only put up if, like, a new level, they increase the level cap for Master. Then maybe for a week or 2 or a month at most, I would have this up. But besides that, again, I don't think this is one of those that you really want to put up on your support list. Yeah. It could maybe be a C, but I still feel like it's for the same reasons as the Gordolf one. Just gonna slot it into the D. Yeah. Not a big difference in usability or how much you see it or whatever. Now the next one though, now we get to the mixed stuff, and the next one is actually a good one. This is one of the best ones, because it's a mix of the 2 most desired ones. We got Foumes. So, it's a mix of QP and Bond MLB, you get half of each. This is one of the ones you're going to be slotting in your party yourself. Now, you can have this up on support, but not really. There's going to be better options for that. But this is one of those that you will have in your party yourself. If you're farming doors and you have this, this is 100% in your party. If you're farming any node that has a decent QP drop, this is going to be in your party. So, yeah. And for this one, it is worth mentioning, this one being full attack, for the real sweaty tryhards out there that can, let's say you're using like Da Vinci Rider with double Castoria, you can actually level this high with the high attack and some other options as well, yeah, like Habit Shot, for instance. And then you get more bonuses in your party because you get the full attack from this. So it's for the people who truly want a min-max. But obviously it's still a great bonus to begin with. But there's a bit of an added value on this one having full attack, honestly. You could consider putting some levels into this. I actually know some people that do have this on level 100. And it's not that crazy as it might sound. If you were to level one of these, this would be one of the ones. Or D1 that you would put some levels into this. Now the question is this EX or A? Because of the... It could be maybe EX, honestly. It's so easy to just put into your party. Because the effects are so good, dude. Those are usually the 2 most desirable effects. It's either the best of the A, yeah, or EX as well. I kind of want to place it into EX. It's just one of those that you're going to be using so much yourself. I'll leave it in there for now. We'll adjust if needed later, but there you go. Next up is dinner time. So, it's a mix of Bond and Master EXP. Now, this one can have use. Again, you would probably use this if you care about Master EXP or after a level cap has been increased if you were the max. This one you can actually use. This is not bad by any means. I feel like this is honestly like a good example of an A tier bonus CE, if anything. This is not bad at all. Like, you can easily slot this into as one of the 5 slots in your own party. Yeah. There's really nothing wrong with it. Obviously, it's not as good as Foumes in terms of usefulness, but it's still pretty easy to slot in. I think this is the first of the A's. Yeah. Good CE. Next up is is this Cavallo? Is that how it's pronounced? Because it's Spanish, right? For horse, I think. Don't ask me how I know that word. It's a funny story. Anyway, now we have a mix of Bond and Mystic Code EXP. Again, for the same reasons. It's the same. Honestly, this is as good as the previous one. It depends on which one you want more. Do you want Mystic Code XP more at the time, or do you want Mastery XP more at the time? So, there you go. It's basically as good. Another great bonus CE. One of the more common ones you would be putting into your own party as well. Actually, Davinki's real name? Oh, that's funny. I think I heard about that, but I had forgotten about it. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's B in Spanish, so it's written with a V in Italian. Okay. Ooh. Anyway, is it free seeding next, I think? Yeah, okay. What was this again? Some of these I don't really remember the effects that well. Ah, it's a mix of QP and Mystic Code EXP. I have a feeling this is a B tier, honestly, probably. Bond is something when there's a mix of Bond and something else, it's so much easier to use it. This is either a very low A or a B tier CE. Yeah, this might just be a B tier one. Do you think QP is better than Bond? Bond is easier to use, though, is my argument. But honestly, maybe it can be A for the sake of that QP bonus is worth more, I suppose. Maybe that's the reasoning, yeah. Bond still definitely has more uses, but QP has a better value for the bonus, yeah. Yeah, you can get 45% bonus QP, huh? Yeah. This could easily be one of those CEs. This Foumes, Mona Lisa, Bella Lisa from support, and then probably something else we'll see later for the max QP bonus. Okay, I'll put this into A as well. Yeah, that makes sense. That does make sense. Then we have a very questionable art in Idol Maker. Okay, Merlin's free time, I guess. Master EXP and Mystic Code. Is this as good as the flat one, the vanilla ones, or is this one lower? Is the question. So it's either a B or a C. Because I put the vanilla ones for these on B, I believe. This one might be a C. Because this implies you would have the need to do both. And honestly, it's not that... It's pretty common to have a need for both anyway. But chances are, because like in events, right? You're probably going to be running mostly event bonus CEs anyway. So CEs like this are mostly used for like interludes, free quests outside of events, and dailies, right? So that definitely also reduces the usability of these, I suppose. Yeah, I would say this is C. This is the first of the Cs. It's better than these that only work for support that you wouldn't really put up. But you would still probably pick one of these instead that are way more direct, just buffing one of them by 10% instead of both of them by 5%. Yeah. Okay, next, what is Take Romance? Interesting art. QP and Master EXP. Was this one QP and Mystic Code? This should be the same tier then, honestly. I feel like if this was QP and Master, Mystic Code, if this is QP and Master EXP, it should be the same tier then. Yeah. Yeah, this should be the same tier as the QP and Mystic Code EXP, honestly, for the reasons that we had some of the previous ones ranked as well. Yeah, not bad. This could be one of the Cs you put into the party as well when you're doing doors. Yeah. Definitely usable. Then Ophelia CE, Beyond the Night without the Snowflower. That's a name and a half. You're level 150 and your Mystic Codes are nowhere near cap, so Mystic Code XP is definitely more important. You might not say that after we get the increase sooner than later, honestly. It's not a big difference. It's not a big of enough difference for me to differentiate them, to be honest. And yeah, you might reach max level easier than leveling your Mystic Codes, but here's the thing. You wanna hit master level high first. Like, in my opinion, max level master level is more important than max level Mystic Code levels. Why? Because of those party costs. They are more important than the small scaling your Mystic Code gets, in my opinion. So there's another counter argument, I suppose. So there you go. Yeah, level 160, because if you're an NA player, you don't know what the grind is. Just wait until they increase the cap to 160. It's brutal, bro. So then you might also value Master EXP differently. Anyway, so what do we have here? Oh, the first friend point CE, right. And this is the support one as well, huh? So it's FP and Bond. That's actually good. This is one of the ones, because again, there's so many CEs now, supports nowadays that you can put up on in one support list. This could be one of the other ones you use besides Bella Lisa and Teatime, actually. This is not bad at all. Is not amazing, because FP is still not like super high for the FP amount, but it's still Bond, which is again one of those great effects. So yeah, this is actually good. I feel like this is an A tier CE, honestly. It's not as good as these in support list, but it's still one of the ones. Wait, also, did I pick the wrong one? Oh, I did. Okay, I guess the order is a bit different. Okay, it's this one, the Kadok one. Okay, I skipped one accidentally. Doesn't really matter, but okay. There you go. Yeah, this is good. This is definitely a candidate for one of your supports if you have all those options like Oberon, Koyan, etc., where you need more than 2 like bonus CEs in one support list. Although, I guess you could kind of cheat, because obviously there's more than one support list for normal and event nowadays on JP. So you could, like, let's say in one list you put up, like, a Rider with Bella Lisa and then Castoria with Teatime. And then instead of in the same list you put, like, Koyan and Oberon, you put them in the second support list, and then you can also use your Teatime and Bella Lisa on them again, I suppose. But still, this is one of the ones you could put up regardless to a support list. Yeah. Anyway, now it's Beyond the Rain Cloud. That one I skipped. Okay. You can also put your C in every list. That's what I mean. That's literally what I just said, Jord. I'm saying you can kind of cheat by having all your supports basically have Bella Lisa and or Teatime if you utilize the multiple support lists. You don't necessarily have to use any of these other ones for your supports. But yeah, there you go. That's what I said, so yeah, no worries. Anyway, FP and Mystic Code. Now this one, far from as useful as the previous one. You think the difference is not that big? I would say it is. This one is fine still. It's not D tier. Definitely not D tier, but it's not A tier either. This is a C or a B for sure. FP is not bad, and the Mystic Code thing though, I don't know. I feel like this could be a C. Yeah. This might be a C tier one. Yeah. Because I put these ones that give like the best version of these, like the Mystic Code and Master EXP, vanilla to D. This is a C at most then. It's a D or a C. Probably a C then, honestly. I would probably still pick this over these two. Maybe. It's not a big difference, honestly. Maybe it's like a low C then. Like a low C. We'll go with that. Alright, then we have the Pepe CE, which is titled Into the Ethereal Veil. Okay. Friend point gains again, and QP. Oh, man, this is one of the better ones again. Okay. So if this one is an A, then this one is an A as well. There you go. Also good. Very, very solid for a support option. Yeah. QP and Bond, you gotta love it. And FP, always useful too, honestly. Even if you end up, if you're like super endgame, and you end up leveling all your units and foeing them all to 1k, FP is still worth it. For the coins, unless you're a mega whale, and also for Mystic Code, CEEXP. So FP is still always going to be alright. At least for most people, it's very okay. 4 more to go. We got Seeking the End of Eternity. The Hinako CE, right? Yeah. FP and Master EXP. Yeah, again, it's the same one as the FP and Mystic Code, right? I'm sorry, Carolac. It's definitely not EX as much as, your waifu is kind of cool. Shout out to the full attack, though, but even then, it's like, It's a C. It goes right next to Ophelia, dude. There you go. There it is. Right there. Then we get the Beryl CE, the Wolf story. This one, now we're getting into the real nitty gritty. Okay. So you get the FP, then you get the QP, and then you get the bond. Interesting, actually. This is interesting. I mean, I'm not sure if, is this an A as well, like the other two? It's like, maybe this is a B. Maybe it's a B. It could be on the same tier, but I don't know. Maybe it's a B. Because at least... It's tough, honestly. Because honestly, if you're going to pick this, you would probably rather pick one of the other two that are on A, which is either 5% QP or Bond instead of this. And this one doesn't have great value outside of doors, honestly. There's so many better Bond options because it's only 2.5 each. This is a B, I think. Yeah. This is B. It's not as good as this one and this one. Just under it. Or those, rather. So, 2 more to go. Next one, we got Kadok. Rising against the Azure sky. Okay. This one is Bond and Master EXP. So this is the same as the previous CE, but doesn't have the best effects on it, or the most desired ones. So it's a C or a D for sure, then. Maybe it's a D. But honestly, was it QP, right? Or Bond, rather. Okay. We can probably keep it in C. Probably a C, then, yeah. This one has better effects, for sure. EX for art. It's alright, I suppose. And then it's the last one for QP and Master and or Mystic Code EXP. Beyond the Daybreak. Oh, never mind. Oh, this is pure FP for support. Oh, interesting. Whoa. Interesting. Obviously, it's not a massive difference, even then, but, You don't get anything else, though, huh? Oh, yeah, true, George. That's actually true. They have... Oh, yeah, that's actually... I should point that out right now. And you can buy one... You can buy this from, like, RP as well, right? What is it called? Beginning of the journey. You're actually right. This is an interesting thing. Yeah, this is 3 RP. It's even better, actually. Oh, no. Oh. And dude, it's only a 3 cost, dude. Oh, that's so much better, dude. Oh, that the contrast is real. And you don't even have to put this on support. It's not stackable. Yeah, but still. Man. Yeah, you can't use 2 of these, but you wouldn't any, because no one is going to put this up on their support regardless, right? And you're not going to have more than 1 of these, so it doesn't make... Honestly, it doesn't make that much difference if it's not stackable or not. Yeah, this is kind of a value decrease for this one, huh? I want to put this in D or C then. D is maybe a bit too harsh. Or do you think it's a C or a B? One of these two. I think D is a bit too harsh. Because sometimes you might want to maximize your FP gains, and this would be the best option for that from the support list, I guess. If you have Beyond the Journey, that is. I'm probably gonna leave it to C, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, it's like a C minus if there were to be one of those. Okay. Alright then. Do we want to move anything? That's all of them placed now, pretty much. I'm honestly pretty happy with this. This looks pretty good. In this one, there hopefully won't be that many heated arguments, honestly. But to be honest, knowing that it's a tier list that I'm making, people are still gonna get up on my ass about this. And you know what? So be it. I always make these expecting that to happen nowadays anyway. I already made my big rant last time at the end of the Gacha 5-star CE tier list. I'm not gonna really do the same thing again. So yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be paragraphs. Like, someone is gonna give me shit like, no, this should be an EX. Oh, you don't see the value of FP enough, bro. You're so dumb. Yeah, fair. Okay. Again, people shouldn't take these super seriously anyway. It's just me talking about stuff. This is not objective by any means. This is still opinion based at the end of the day, so. It would be great if everyone would just appreciate that, if anything. Not sure how long this segment was. Probably like 30 minutes plus. Definitely not 4 hours this time. Although I guess some people really like the other ones being long. But for now, you're just gonna have to deal with a shorter one. There might still be a longer tier list or two before the year is over, though. Who knows? But yeah, I'm pretty glad about this. Some people even asked me to do a Bond CE tier list. It's not the worst idea, but then again, if I were to make one, realistically, 90% of them at least would be what I would consider quote-unquote useless tier. Until they fix the stat on Bond CEs, most of them, sadly, just not worth it. They're just not worth it to use on your DPSs. It is what it is. Many of the support ones can be used though, seriously. But most of the DPS ones, like, at least in terms of it's just flat-out DPS ones, I would say like 99%. I would never use. Because even many free 5-star Cs are like 10 times better because of the stat line. It is what it is. We might even talk about leveling CEs and otherwise for some other videos. There's a lot of ideas. And if you have more ideas, feel free to leave them in the comments as well, I suppose. I'm always up for ideas. So, anyway, gonna leave this there. So, again, if you can, just press the like button on this video. It's a free and an easy way to support ya boy. And it makes me motivated to keep making these as well. So if you truly enjoy these, yeah, easy way to support. Also subscribe for more, not to miss out on the uploads. I have been posting pretty actively, so stay tuned for more videos to come in the future as well. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Alright. And a peace out.